So let's go today to the another part of the electromagnetic radiations, that is called as applications of visible radiations. So after infrared, let's go to this visible radiation. So again, try to understand this part of radiation lies in between infrared and ultraviolet. So this is called as a window, visible window. Okay, this is called as a visible window through which we see world around us. So human eyes are sensitive to this visible radiations. So you might have seen, we have already seen, there are several different colors radiations, or that is what perception of our eyes. आपल्या डोळ्यांना दिसणारे जे वेगवेगळे कलर्स असतील तो आपण बँड काढतो. सो फर्स्ट इट इज व्हायोलेट, okay, least wavelength, maximum frequency. Then after violet it is blue, then green, then yellow, then orange, and finally red. In between this violet is violet, or in between this is indigo is remaining. Indigo is another color, indigo. So violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, indigo, etc. These are the 7 different colors. So whatever colors we see by our own eyes, that is possible because of this visible radiation. So visible radiation is very, very important part of this electromagnetic radiations. With the help of that, we are able to see the world around you or us. So whatever happening around us, okay, your color, your texture, your clothes, your home, your house, your road, your surrounding, planets, then this forest, planets, this sky, etc. Whatever we are seeing and we are able to understand, these things, they have this type of colors, and this is possible because of these visible radiations which are emitted by that object. These radiations are accepted by our eyes. There comes a reaction that takes place, physical reaction takes place at the retina of your eyes, and then your brain identifies that color is this image is this, and that is what. So your understanding of the world is possible with this type of visible radiations only. म्हणजे आपल्या आजूबाजूचं जे आपल्याला सगळं जग दिसतं, जाणवतं, समजतं, ज्याच्यावरती आपण अभ्यास करतो, विचार करतो, इंटरप्रिटेशन करतो, किंवा त्याचं काही ॲनालिसिस करतो, हे जे सगळं आपण करू शकतो, हे फक्त आपल्याला निसर्गाने हे देणगी दिली आहे की हे जे विजिबल रेडिएशन्स आहेत, आणि तो रेंज खूप छोटा आहे. मग पूर्वी पण मी सांगितलं आहे की एकूण इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रममधला नॉट इवन 1% पार्ट इज दॅट विजिबल इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ दिस विजिबल रेडिएशन. म्हणजे एकूण इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रममधला 1% कमी पार्ट आपल्याला दिसतो. म्हणून लक्षात घ्या की दिसणारं जग जे आहे खूप लिमिटेड आहे, खूप कमी छोट्या प्रमाणात आपल्याला दिसतं. ज्या वस्तू विजिबल रेडिएशन्स बाहेर टाकत नाहीत किंवा वेगळ्या प्रकारचे रेडिएशन्स बाहेर टाकतात, त्या प्रकारच्या वस्तू आपल्याला दिसू शकत नाहीत. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड ए स्मॉल विंडो, द विंडो थ्रू विच वी आर लुकिंग ॲट द युनिवर्स और वी आर लुकिंग ॲट आवर सराउंडिंग. In that sense, this visible radiation plays a very, very vital and important role. Okay, now let's compare. Let's go for another applications of this. One more very important concept comes in this case, that is called as Fraunhofer lines. This is first, then second. This is Fraunhofer lines. HOFER, Fraunhofer lines. Now what these lines are, I think you see the solar spectrum. So if I go for this solar spectrum, okay, then I'll say there is a clear cut large band, okay, large radiations are there, and at some region there is some absorption, that is dark lines. Okay, so these lines are such that these absorption lines, okay, so this is the band spectrum. Solar spectrum is a band spectrum. Almost all radiations are possible barring some. Okay, almost. I'll write it, clear it. Almost all radiations in the visible light are observed barring means which are not seen there, barring some spatial lines, some spatial spectral lines. Now why spatial? I'll go for this, understand this discussion. Spectral lines, okay, and these are called as dark lines, and these lines are called as Fraunhofer lines. And remember, these lines, okay, Fraunhofer lines are characteristics lines of some important elements. What is this? See here, now picture is very simple and very easy. This is what a simple picture. Now this is a sun, interior of the sun. Okay, this is interior of the sun, and here this is the region, okay, where this particular radiations are. This is called as photosphere of the sun. Photosphere. This is sun. This is interior of the sun. Now inside that temperature is around 1 lakh degree Kelvin or more than that, 1 lakh degree Kelvin, whereas temperature here in the photosphere is around 6000 degree Kelvins. So as compared to core, this is core and this is photosphere where the temperature is 6000 degree Kelvin. So this photosphere is cooler. As compared to core of sun. So this energy is produced inside by this nuclear fusion reaction. Produces energy inside core, and when this energy is passed from this core to the photosphere, okay, त्यालाच आपण ऑरा म्हणतो. सूर्याच्या आजूबाजूला बघितलं की तुम्हाला जो करतात त्याचं सोलर ॲटमॉस्फिअर, जसं पृथ्वीला ॲटमॉस्फिअर आहे तसं सोलरला पण ॲटमॉस्फिअर आहे, अँड दिस ॲटमॉस्फिअर कंटेन्स गॅसेस. ओके, सो दिस photosphere contains gases of various metals, not metals, various elements. Okay, for example, there is hydrogen, there is helium, there is carbon, there is next is chlorine, bromine, etc. all these elements. So ferrous is not that. Oxygen, magnesium, then potassium, and so many. So almost all elements up to iron is the last element. Okay, these gas elements in the gas form, these are observed in the photosphere, and these gases absorb some of the radiations which are emitted by the core. म्हणजे आतल्या कोअरमधून जे काही रेडिएशन्स किंवा जे काही लाईट तयार होईल, जे काही एनर्जी तयार होईल, ती त्यातली काही पार्ट ऑफ एनर्जी, दिस पर्टिक्युलर एनर्जी और दिस रेडिएशन्स आर बीइंग ॲब्सॉर्ब्ड बाय दिस टाइप ऑफ गॅसेस, अँड एव्हरी गॅस हॅज इट्स ओन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स फ्रिक्वेन्सी विच इज ॲब्सॉर्ब्ड बाय दॅट. म्हणजे तुमच्या लक्षात येईल, कार्बनसाठी एक विशिष्ट प्रकारच्या, ओके, सोडियम असेल, सोडियम इज अनदर एलिमेंट, Na, सो दॅट त्याच्यातल्या डी लाईन्स जे आपण म्हणतो, डी लाईन्स मीन्स द लाईन्स विच आर हॅव्हिंग their wavelength 5890 angstrom and 5896 angstroms. So in the solar spectrum, I find at 5890 and 5896, these two lines are absent. Absent means these are dark lines. and in spectroscopy these are called as D lines, and that indicates presence of sodium, Na, okay, Na in photosphere. Likewise, we can go for study of the solar spectrum. We can see which lines, proper lines are there. Almost there are, how many lines are there? If we go for this calculation, almost 25 such thousand, okay, 25,000 such Fraunhofer lines. Fraunhofer lines are observed, and that indicates the presence of different types of elements in the photosphere of the sun, because there occurs this type of nuclear fusion reaction where lighter elements combine together and heavier elements is generated. So that process starts from hydrogen to helium to carbon to magnesium to oxygen to etc., etc., and finally it reaches to this iron. So all the elements right from hydrogen to iron, these are observed in the this photosphere, and because of these elements certain lines in the solar spectrum, otherwise it's a continuous band, continuous spectrum is there. Out of that certain lines are absent because these radiations are absorbed by these elements, and thereby we can study the solar interior, we can study the solar exterior, its atmosphere, its photosphere, its property, its temperature, all other. So all the magnetic properties and all that, these things can be understood or studied with the help of this type of visible radiation. So this Fraunhofer lines is another very important application, one must remember that. Then there is third important application, that is called as visible light communication system. Visible light communication system. Communication system. In short, this is going to be VLC. VLC. Okay, I'll just make one paragraph here. I'll write. We'll discuss one paragraph. I'll just read this paragraph first from our textbook, and then we'll come to this particular point. Now, visible light communication system (VLC) employs visible light for communication that occupies spectrum from 318 nanometers to 7,500 nanometers, or 3,800 angstroms to 7,500 angstrom. The features of high bandwidth, okay, large bandwidth, then non-interference with radio waves and non-hazardous to health, had more visible light communication. No, it's not hazardous to health, had made visible light communication an attractive technique for future communication. So Li-Fi, nowadays we are using Wi-Fi, जसं आपण आज वायफाय वापरतो तसं काही दिवसांनी आपल्याकडे आता Li-Fi, Li-Fi or light fidelity is high speed in bidirectional networked and mobile communication data using light. So Li-Fi consists of multiple LCD light bulbs that forms a wireless network. Li-Fi is 250 times faster than its analogous Wi-Fi wireless. The potential application of VLC include Li-Fi vehicle to vehicle communication, robots in hospitals, underground communication, and information displayed on the right signboard. Okay, so remember, nowadays for communication we are using Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi, that is called as wireless network, and we are using for that is microwaves and sometimes radio waves. Okay, so radio waves and microwaves, these are used for this Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi device, you have your mobile has Wi-Fi device, your laptop has Wi-Fi device, your other type of TV etc. has Wi-Fi device, and these devices interact with each other through this Wi-Fi, and where this type of wireless network or where this microwaves and radio waves radiations are used, and this type of system is called as Wi-Fi system. Now with the help of, now we can provide such type of devices which will use visible light, and this, okay, visible light, and this type of network system is called as Li-Fi. Okay, Li-Fi. Li-Fi is going to use a visible light for this type of communication. As I have discussed, this is 250 times not cheaper but efficient as compared to Wi-Fi. So as compared to Wi-Fi. So this Li-Fi systems, Li-Fi devices are 250 times more efficient as compared to Wi-Fi, and therefore in future communications, therefore this is a future communication systems will employ this Li-Fi. So now in our homes we are having Wi-Fi, we are using Wi-Fi. Maybe after 5-10 years we are going to use this Li-Fi, and this Li-Fi, as I have discussed here, Wi-Fi, this microwave or radio waves are sometimes hazardous. They may cause certain problems to human body, but these light radiations are almost hazardless. They do not cause any problem in the human body or any other materials or that animals and so on. So this is one of the very faster way of communication, and that is is called as VLC or visible light communication system. So these particular types of communication systems may be used in the vehicle communication. Then second we can go for the robots in hospitals. They may have application of this Li-Fi. Then underground communication, and okay, underground communication, etc. So these are the certain applications of this visible light communication system. So where these lines will play, or this particular Li-Fi networks. Okay, remember Wi-Fi before 10 years there was no Wi-Fi. 10 वर्षापूर्वी Wi-Fi हा कन्सेप्ट नव्हता. आपल्याला कुठल्याही दोन कनेक्शनमध्ये किंवा वस्तूमध्ये कनेक्शन करायचं असेल तर वायर जोडायला लागायची. आता मायक्रोवेव्हजमुळे किंवा रेडिओ वेव्हजमुळे आपल्याला असे डिव्हाइसेस आपण तयार केलेत की वी डू नॉट नीड वायर. वी आर नॉट नीडेड टू कनेक्ट वायर बिटवीन युअर मोबाईल अँड अदर डिव्हाइस. किंवा आपला जिथं ट्रान्समिशन सेंटर असेल किंवा मोबाईलचा टॉवर असेल तुमच्यापर्यंत कुठलीही वायर असण्याची गरज नाही आहे. डिरेक्टली दिस ट्रान्समिशन टेक्स प्लेस विथ द हेल्प ऑफ वायफाय. किंवा आपल्या घरामध्ये आपण जिथं एखादं वायफायचं हे ठेवतो, काय त्याला म्हणतो आपण, डॉंगल, आणि त्याच्यापासून मग तुमचे सगळे डिव्हाइसेस चालतात. सो दिस इज वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन, बट दीज रेडिएशन्स आर बेसिकली युझिंग the microwave radiations and radio waves. Okay, basically microwaves, not even radio waves, but microwave radiations has certain limitations. त्याचे काही लिमिटेशन्स असतात. शक्यतो मेटल्सवरती ते ॲब्सॉर्ब होतात किंवा रिफ्लेक्ट होतात, आणि बऱ्याच वेळा आपल्याला कम्युनिकेशनमध्ये जो प्रॉब्लेम्स येतात, these problems may be reduced by this type of Li-Fi or visible light communication system. So that is one of the very important and simple application of this type of visible light, that is going to be a future of these communication systems. So in our homes, in spite of Wi-Fi, we are going to have Li-Fi after some time. So your mobile and your Wi-Fi or that particular device we are using at your home, they will interact with each other using this visible light communication system or light radiations which may be seen to us. आता आपल्याला ह्या वेव्ह दिसत नाहीत, म्हणजे तुमच्या वायफायच्या डिव्हाइसपासून मोबाईलपर्यंत येणाऱ्या कुठल्याही वेव्ह दिसत नाहीत. ते मोबाईलमध्ये आल्यानंतर त्याचं पुढचं प्रोसेस झाल्यानंतरच तुम्हाला ते दिसतात. यू आर सीइंग सम सिनेमा, यू आर सीइंग सम, हिअरिंग सम म्युझिक, or you are observing something on your microphone, on your phone, smartphone, and that is possible. This communication takes place with the help of the waves which are called as microwaves, but we are not able to see these waves. But these light radiations, light communication system, some of the radiations may be seen. And remember, this is one of the very large band. मायक्रोवेव्हला थोडेसे टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टीज आहेत. हा बँड खूप छोटा आहे ॲज कम्पेअर टू दिस विजिबल रेडिएशन्स, आणि त्याच्यामुळे त्याच्यामध्ये थोडेसे डिफिकल्टीज आहेत. इफ टू डिव्हायसेस आर युझिंग सेम, सारख्याच प्रकारच्या वेव्स जर दोन्ही डिव्हायसेस बाहेर टाकणार असतील, then your devices will be at confusion, and that is causing an interference. So all these interference problems etc. will be reduced when we are switching over to this visible light communication system. So that is going to be one of the very important application of this type of radiations which are called as infrared, this type of called visible radiation. So remember these three important applications. First one is different colors, human eyes, whatever we are seeing, that is because of visible radiation. Then these are the Fraunhofer lines or the solar spectrum. Certain lines are absent. These absent lines are characteristics of some special elements, and that's how we can go for study of the sun and all other types of stars. And third important application of this visible radiation is visible light communication system, that is VLC, and what are its advantages, etc. we have also seen. Now let's move next, that is ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light, or part of this radiation. Now this is called as UV. UV radiations, UV radiations. Remember, this lies in between X-rays and visible, म्हणून त्यांची वेवलेंथ ही एक्सरेज पेक्षा जास्त असेल, फ्रिक्वेन्सी एक्सरेज पेक्षा कमी असेल, किंवा त्यांची वेवलेंथ ही व्हिजिबल पेक्षा कमी असेल आणि फ्रिक्वेन्सी व्हिजिबल पेक्षा ही जास्त असेल. सो द region or the ultraviolet region, that is one of the region of the electromagnetic spectrum where its frequencies and its wavelength lies in between X-rays and visible radiations, and this type of radiations also have large or very many applications, basically in the industry मध्ये याचे खूप applications आहेत. किंवा our sun is the another very important source of these ultraviolet radiations, but these radiations are blocked by this ozone layer which is present at the uppermost layer of the atmosphere, and thereby we are possible here, that means we are alive on the surface of earth because of this layer that is called as ozone layer. किंवा सूर्याकडून या प्रकारचे अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट, जसे विजिबल रेडिएशन्स येतात तसेच अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट रेडिएशन्स पण येतात, आणि हे रेडिएशन्स ब्लॉक करण्याचं काम आपल्याकडचा ओझोन लेअर करतो. लेअर मे बी ऑफ 10-20 किलोमीटर्स थिकनेस. These radiations are absorbed by this type of ozone, and thereby these radiations are blocked. They are not allowed to come on the surface. Otherwise living system would not be possible on the surface of earth. म्हणजे पृथ्वीच्या सरफेसवरती ही जी जीवसृष्टी तुम्हाला दिसते ती जीवसृष्टी नसती, असू शकली नसती. याचं कारणच आहे की दॅट इज वॉट दिस टाईप ऑफ रेडिएशन्स आर ब्लॉक्ड बाय दिस टाईप ऑफ ओझोन. That is one application. Then there are other industrial applications. We'll go one by one in the listing as follows. Okay, so let's go here. Ultraviolet radiations cannot be seen by eyes. We are not able to see these radiations by eyes, but has large applications. What are these? We'll see one by one. First application is in industrial processes. Okay. Second, in medical processes. Okay. Then in the dentistry. What is dentistry? Okay, that is the treatments of tooths and enamels. आपल्या दातांच्या ट्रीटमेंटसाठी बऱ्याच ठिकाणी या प्रकारचे अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट रेडिएशन्स वापरले जातात. सो डेंटिस्ट्री सच एज killing bacteria. Then there is one treatment method is called as phototherapy. Using these ultraviolet radiations, certain tumors किंवा काही प्रकारच्या बॅक्टेरिया किंवा शरीरातले काही unnecessary parts, these cells can be burnt out, and therefore this type of treatment is called as phototherapy. जसं होमिओपॅथी आहे, ॲलोपॅथी आहे, तसंच फोटोथेरपी सुद्धा आहे. सो दॅट इज फोटोथेरपी. देन sun tanning. This is what medical applications. So then UV lamps are used for sterilization. Sterilization of surgical equipments. You might have seen or you might have observed nowadays मार्केटमध्ये सध्या कोरोनाच्या विषाणूला किंवा कोरोनाच्या विषाणूवरती अटॅक करण्यासाठी किंवा त्या विषाणूंचं लाईफ संपवण्यासाठी अशा प्रकारचे अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट लॅम्प्स मार्केटमध्ये अवेलेबल आहेत. So such type of industrial lamps are available. These lamps are used in industry as well as used in hospitals. we are carrying out sterilizations of operating theater as well as equipments, etc. This is possible. Okay, operation theaters. We use these type of radiations for sterilization purpose. Then to produce vitamin D in our body, in human body. Okay, we use this ultraviolet radiations, UV radiations, and when this particular process is carried out, माहीत असेल तुम्हाला, आपण जनरली सकाळच्या कोवळ्या उन्हामध्ये तुम्हाला आपल्याला माणसांना बसायला सांगतात किंवा सकाळचं ऊन अंगावर घ्यावं आपण म्हणतो. त्याचं कारणच आहे की दिस टाईप ऑफ अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट रेडिएशन्स, जे काही छोटे मोठे रेडिएशन्स चुकून येतील त्यातल्या काही पार्ट्सचे रेडिएशन्स दे आर युजफुल अँड दे प्रोड्यूस वेन दिस इंटरॅक्ट विथ आवर स्किन, they interact with our skin molecules or the skin tissues or some interior part of that, and that produces a D vitamins, which is one of the very essential vitamin for the human body. Whereas if you are standing in the heat, म्हणजे दुपारच्या उन्हामध्ये तुम्हाला कोणी थांबायला सांगत नाही, कारण त्यावेळेस जास्त रेडिएशन्स असतील आणि त्याच्यातल्या बरेचसे रेडिएशन्स दे आर नाउ हार्मफुल. सो इन द मॉर्निंग दे आर नॉट हार्मफुल बट लिटिल बिट harmless and useful. Whereas in the after 12 or like that, दुपारच्या काळामध्ये in the afternoon time, these radiations may cause a damage to your body. So creating this D vitamins in your body, these ultraviolet radiations are required, and therefore you are advised to take this heat during the at the time of the sunrise or at the sunset. So basically sunrise is the best time where we can get a small dose of this ultraviolet radiations, and therefore we can prepare or we can generate such type of vitamins D inside your body under your skin, and then it is useful for the metabolism of the body. So this is one important application of this ultraviolet radiations one can see here. And overexposure of this ultraviolet radiation may cause cancer. So you can write this overexposure of UV radiations may cause cancer, skin cancer, may cause skin cancer. So that is a precaution for us not to have more doses, not to have the little or no doses. So if you are not using these radiations, then there will be D deficiency, D vitamin deficiency, and to remove this deficiency we have to use these ultraviolet radiations from the sun, and overexposure of that is to be also avoided. I have to avoid a skin cancer. So these precautions we have to be taken in care. Okay. Then another important application here is you might have seen the welding process, arc welding, and the person who does this type of arc welding wears a special goggle. Special goggles are provided to human, because in this arc welding, when these two metals are connected to each other using this head, a large amount of ultraviolet radiations are produced, and these radiations are harmful to the human eyes. Sometimes if a large dose or overexposure to this radiation comes to your retina, the retina may get permanently damaged and a person may become blind because of this ultraviolet radiations. And to block these radiations which are generated in this arc welding, a special purpose goggles are prepared, and these goggles do not allow ultraviolet radiations to pass through the second side or the other side, and thereby eyes of that persons can be protected, and then he is avoided to become a blind. Otherwise that particular person will become blind if he went on seeing that type of arc welding continuously. खूप मोठा काळ जर आपण त्या वेल्डिंगकडे पाहत राहिलो किंवा ते रेडिएशन्स आपल्या डोळ्यात गेले, तर काही काळानंतर आपले डोळे निकामी होऊ शकतात. हे होऊ नये म्हणून एक स्पेशल प्रकारचे गॉगल्स आपण त्याच्यामध्ये वापरतो. त्यानंतर वी हॅव ऑलरेडी सीन दिस. फिफ्थ, UV light is used in water purifiers. Okay, तेच आहे application where this pathogens or these bacteria can be killed, okay, and water becomes a pure. So used in water purifiers to kill bacteria. to kill bacteria. So this is one important application. Then ozone layer, okay, ozone, or that is O3 layer protects humans and animals as well as human, animals and plants from solar UV radiations. So that is one of the very important thing, and that's why we might have seen this. There is a chlorofluorocarbons, okay, that is CFC, that is called as CFC, and that CFC is a great threat. CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbon, CHOROFLUORO, fluorocarbon. These are the materials which are used in our fridges, okay. So fridges, these produces this type of chlorofluorocarbon, and these chlorofluorocarbons are such a material that interact with this ozone, and the proportion of the ozone present in the atmosphere that reduces, and thereby more and more ultraviolet radiation can directly pass through that atmosphere and can reach on the surface of Earth. So CFC is the greater threat of the population, or this pollution, CFC pollution, that is freon, okay. This one gas is called as freon. This gas is very dangerous, and it reduces the proportion of ozone, and that makes these things difficult for us. So we have to take care of that. So this is what one matter of international concern. This is a matter of international concern. You might have heard about this letter earlier somewhere, but doesn't matter, we'll go for that. And apart from that, there are several applications that is called as UV lithography, LITHO, lithography. Just check what this is. Then UV photoelectron spectroscopy, ultraviolet photoelectron spectroscopy, electron spectroscopy. Fortunately, we have such device in our laboratory, in our instrumentation, advanced instrumentation system laboratory. There is for this UV photoelectron devices or spectroscopy devices are there. When it is possible, just see it once. एकदा बघून घ्या कसं डिवाइस असतं काय ते. Then bar coding, we are familiar with this system. Now bar coding is another common example where we are using this ultraviolet light. Then forensic analysis, then protein analysis, okay, check the spellings, protein analysis. Then DNA sequencing, these are scientific application. DNA sequencing. Then medical imaging of cell, then light therapy, already we have discussed this. Light, THERAPY, light therapy. Ink printers, त्यालाच आपण लेझर प्रिंटर म्हणतो. लेझर प्रिंटर. So apart from that, these are the several applications as we have seen that. Okay, so today we have finished our time here. We'll stop here, and tomorrow we'll go for the remaining radiations. So let me take that in.